Welcome into Bengals Breakdown. I am Tom Downey for Chat Sports. As promised, winners and losers from the Bengals Week 2 preseason game, which featured only winners and only losers for both teams as they frickin' tied 13-13 as the Falcons gave up the lead late. The Bengals had a great touchdown drive by Jake Browning, and then the Bengals gave up the lead late, and the Falcons got quickly into field goal range, and ties are super un-American. We'll break down some winners and losers, but if you guys want even more Bengals videos in the future, help us out. Share today's. The more shares we get, the more views we get, the more subscribers we get, and the more videos we can do. So share it, Facebook, Twitter, or if you're calling X, wherever. Help us out right now. All right, first up, the winners from Week 2. I'll mention a couple different young receivers I was quite impressed by in this game. First up there is Shedrick Jackson, who you will hear 1,000 times is the nephew of Bo Jackson. Charlie Jones, the 4th-round pick out of Purdue. And the day 3 pick out of Princeton, Andrei Iosivas. I thought all three guys, predominantly in the second half, did play very well. Iosivas was the statistical leader, with 5 catches and 44 yards, including an 18-yarder that really helped set up the late game heroics in that one. Shedrick Jackson had 4 catches on 42 yards, which also includes a negated 26-ish yard gain for offensive pass interference, which they ran the pick play and they got caught. Also had like a 30 or 40 yard, I think it was 30, defensive pass interference call, which, hey, that's hidden yardage, right? It could have easily, if it had not been flagged, could have been 5 for 70, right? It could have been a huge game. Charlie Jones, 4 of 36. Underneath stuff there, also had some return options. He was the first punt returner out there, 1 for 11. I suspect he will be the main punt returner in the future slot receiver of this Bengals team. I doubt Jackson makes the roster, but that game is going to go a long way to making the practice squad for Cincinnati. He is all three of these guys, great athletes. Who is your single biggest winner from the Bengals' performance against the Atlanta Falcons? This will be today's pinned comment, so if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. I thought the most impressive player, even though the stat sheet might not show it, was Joseph Ossai, the number 3 edge for the Bengals. He had the great interception off of a nice pass breakup. I think it was Mike Hilton on the play. Looked fluid, makes the great catch. Also had a pressure and then another quarterback hurry hit that ended up going in the stat sheet as a sack for Jalen Davis. But the play was made, I think, pretty clearly by Joseph Ossai. So it's one of those where the stat sheet will say, 1 interception, 1 tackle. He was impactful in only a handful of snaps. Elsewhere on defense, which overall I thought played pretty well tonight, or I should say Friday night. Hell, we're filming this past midnight anyway. It's Saturday morning when we're doing this. Markus Bailey almost had 2 interceptions twice. Right place, right time. Only got credit for 1 pass breakup, had 2 tackles. I noticed him several times early on, then the Bengals kind of shuffled out the defense later on there. Overall, a lot of good defenders you could mention. I won't mention every single one. Now, Joe Burrow did not travel with the team. He was doing rehab. Of the injured guys, only Chidobe Awuzie traveled, by the way. But if you want to rep Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, get this sick NFL Jam t-shirt, Bengals themed, at chatsports.com/Bengals Jam. That link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. It's chatsports.com/Bengals Jam. Some more winners. You could throw Jeffrey Gunter in here, too. You could throw Dominique Davis, J. Tufele if you wanted. I'll go with Raymond Johnson III. Goes down as 5 tackles and a half sack. Also had 2 QB hits. I was impressed by him. I don't think he makes this 53-man roster. There is a glut of depth at edge. I mean, Cam Sample played really well again today, right? But I do think Johnson III is on pace for a practice squad spot, so stock up for sure from him. A punter, yes, a punter on this list. That is Brad Robbins. He had 2 punts for 96 yards, including a long of 52. He was also, most importantly, the holder for Cincinnati on the 2 tries for Evan McPherson, at least the one I was paying attention to at the end of the half, that long one. Robbins, I think, pretty clearly is going to be this team's punter. Crispin got a little bit of a punt, a 40-yarder into the 20. Fine, he pinned him deep, whatever. It's clearly Brad Robbins' job to lose or not earn somehow at the punter spot. At least Crispin's back, though, after his little medical scare earlier this preseason. Now, we will have you guys covered with everything going on around the Bengals, videos throughout the week, free updates for you. If you want that, come to the right spot. Hit that sub button right now, youtube.com/Bengals TV. I could have gone with a lot of different corners here, or DBs, the starter DBs. Like, thought DJ Turner played okay. Did get beat on a great catch by Drake London, but he was in good position. Jalen Davis had a couple splash plays there. He'll probably make this Bengals team too. Cam Taylor-Britt looked very effective. Mike Hilton helped lead to the interception. I'll go with Daxton Hill. I saw a really, really splashy run support play that helped hold the Bengals, or the Falcons, inevitably to no points after the interception. So stock up for Dax Hill. Bengals defense got a series. Went pretty well. Bunch of reps, bunch of plays, capped off by an INT. You figured Jake Browning would be on this list. Now, I will say it is still very up and down for Browning as a player in my confidence level in him. 16 of 22, began the day like 10 of 13, something like that. Had a brutal interception. I mean, he was running around the pocket. He gets some happy feet sometimes, but he also ran for 50 yards, so I'm fine. Running around the pocket, late in the game, rolling left, third down. DeMarco Hellams, we finally saw the replay late in the game itself. Hellams was spying him, going with him in motion, tracking his eyes. Browning throws it right to him. So should have thrown it earlier, should have scrambled, should have thrown it away, made I'm going to throw it right to the safety, almost cost the Bengals the game. Have to be better in that area. We will get to Trevor Siemian later, but I was impressed by Browning's athletic ability in this game. He was not much of a runner at Washington. The arm strength is not great, but he was more consistent in a quarterback battle filled with inconsistencies thus far. So if I had to pick one, I'm going with Jake Browning as quarterback too. I'm just not very confident in that. Who is your QB2? JB for Jake Browning or TS for Trevor Siemian? DJ Ivey, I kind of waffled, and we're doing this, by the way, based on the live copy. I have not watched the condensed version or any of the All-22 stuff, so I reserve the right to change my mind if there's more information that comes available later. DJ Ivey had 4 tackles, a PBU. It was a really nice PBU. He almost got beat for the touchdown. That'd have been a stock down loser to end the game, but he got caught up, recovery speed, got his hands up, fought through the football, had another play where he was involved on a incomplete pass. Didn't give him credit for the pass breakup, but I thought it was a nice play. I'll give him a slight stock up. All right, in life there are losers. You must deal with it. Myles Murphy did not play. Illness is the alleged reason why. It sucks. He's a raw rookie with immense upside. I would have loved him to get 25, 30 snaps. Instead, other edges continue to impress, which is fine, but it's unfortunate for Myles Murphy. All right, Jackson Carman. Now, again, a little tough to do O-line based on the live stuff, but I saw him get beat several times. I saw too often he was getting pushed straight back in the offensive line. I thought in the live copy he played better, the live watching at right tackle than he did left tackle, which would actually be a good thing. Had a nice run block, I thought, to free up Chase Brown for the go-ahead score. Also had some bad reps, had an unfair holding call. He just did the snatch trap, which the Bengals love. You just kind of get your hands inside, pull him down, which if you do it right, it's not actually a flag. And watching live, I did not think that was a flag. And Zach Taylor was mad too. I thought it was a bad call on Carman, but too often he got beat and led to some pressures. And look, Browning did not help himself out. They were kind of drifting in the pocket too much. That's one thing, but I did not think Carman played a great game, which continues to raise red flags for me. Who is your biggest loser for the Bengals against the Atlanta Falcons? Drop that player, or coach, I guess, if you want, name in the comment section. Well, if Jake Browning's a winner, then yeah, Trevor Siemian is a loser. Siemian began the game 4 of 4. He then wrapped up 3 of 10. Can't have it. Can't have it. Bad decisions, inaccurate throws have been the staple of his game in Cincinnati in training camp. I've been underwhelmed. The Bengals offense did not have a touchdown drive until that final drive tonight by Jake Browning. 22 chances. They'd gone over. Siemian deserves a good portion of that blame. All right, number 4 loser, Travion Williams. Now, Williams missed the game with an ankle injury. I thought Chris Evans and Chase Brown were okay. Not so much on the ground. Evans had some nice catches. Thought some good pass pro pickups there. Missed chance for Williams to take a stranglehold on that RB2 job. We'll see what happens. Finally, a freaking tie. This is on you, Atlanta. Go for the win. Don't go for the tie. You know Younghoe Koo is your kicker. He doesn't need reps. Going for a tie is utter cowardice by the Falcons. And maybe the Bengals should have gone for 2. I wouldn't have actually hated that. But ties are un-American, and it's a shame we had to watch that happen in the preseason.